Chef Bud back in the kitchen as we head back to the table. Things are going to start taking on a very Thanksgiving-like theme, but we're not just doing the simple turkey and dressing. We're doing some other alternatives that you can have during the fall. We're serving up a little yard bird today.
Did you read the promo or something?
Yeah,
Did you read my email?
I didn't.
Wow, that's pretty good that you figured that out.
We've worked
You must have
together
been around
long.
me
We've
so
worked
long.
together long enough. I know what you're getting ready to do.
Okay.
I know what the season is.
Yes, okay, so one of the things that I try to do is to try to give you alternatives, not only to turkey, but just because you have so many meals you have to fix over the holidays. That's the biggest thing. So this is kind of fun because this is a honey garlic chicken breast, okay?
Did I accidentally turn this off? Did I mess up?
No, it's fine. You're fine. Okay. Now in this we put. So I dredged that chicken in flour with a little bit of. It has a little bit of pepper supreme and some salt and pepper in it. And then I started this. I browned it off in here. Added a little bit more butter, and then some garlic. Okay. You want to add the garlic after the butter melts, so it doesn't really burn.
What is the advantage of just dredging through light flour? It's
Well,
not
that's a
like
good
we're
question.
breading it
No.
like a chicken fried
But
steak.
it gives it some texture.
Okay.
And it helps the overall flavor of it because like I said, it gives some texture. Now to this, we're going to add some honey, some apple cider vinegar, which is kind of a, well, it's not new. I mean, we've done apple cider before, but not in a lot of glazes. The reason we do that is it's got a lot of acidity to it. And what you can do is, if you'll stir this up in here,
So there's a little soy.
there's some soy,
A little
some honey, and apple cider vinegar, okay?
Okay.
Now, you want to get this going and then kind of turn it down because you don't want it to burn. But one of the big things is you want this to kind of cook down. You can see how it's a really pretty brown glaze. So what you're going to do is your chicken's pretty much done at this point, but you're just going to take your chicken and turn it over in there, okay? And you can see how beautiful that comes out, all right? So,
And all that liquid is pulling that fond, all the flavor that we put on
This-
there. I love
this
saying that word. It's one of
this
my
guy.
favorite words.
This guy.
But you know, it's like, because you
Yeah.
cook that and it gets all the good flavors on there, all of our
Yeah.
pepper supreme and all that good stuff. It's just going to pull that off and turn it into a nice
Right,
little glaze.
and the flour, this is a good, I'm glad you asked about the flour earlier, about the texture. But one of the other things the flour does, you can see how this starts to thicken up. Well, the flour with the butter's reacting like a roux.
That's what, remember, our roux is just 1 part oil, 1 part flour.
Exactly.
That's typically
Equal
if we're
parts,
doing
yeah.
a roux, equal
And so
parts, whatever it is.
So we're making a roux, and then we're not doing a roux here, but this is going to help cook that
Right.
off, okay? So at this point here, there's your recipe up there. It's got a lot of butter in it. That's okay.
Butter makes things better.
But I do want you to understand too, the thyme is a great, gives it a nice fresh little pop.
Okay.
And then over here,
Yeah,
he's
tell me about
tossing around
this.
some carrots. These are our buttered carrots that we usually hit with a little bit of thyme and a little bit of honey. We actually did these just last week for the mystery dinner. They were a big hit. So,
Yeah, tell me about the mystery dinner real quick. How'd it go?
oh, it was fantastic. We had
Yeah?
a great turnout, and people, I mean, Keith and Michelle are just the best, and it was so much fun to do it for them again. I've got 4 more to do for them. So we're excited. I mean, you go to my page or go to Emerald Escape and Escape and Mystery, and you'll see all their dinners coming up. But for right now, this dish right here is a great dish for you to think about over the holidays, because everybody's gonna have people in town, or you should have.
Yeah.
And even if it's just your family, this is upscale enough to do on the weekend, but it's really simple enough to do on the weeknight. And I love me a good glaze or sauce. I love it.
Well, I think it always adds to it. Like,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
it
just
takes,
presses it up a little bit.
like,
Yeah,
even if
for
we didn't
sure.
have that, the chicken would be
Yeah.
fine, but
It wouldn't be.
it just kind of adds a little fancy to it. Adds a little class to it.
And you can also put this on a bun and call it a sandwich. I'm just saying. It's
That'd be
pretty good
easy
the next
enough,
day.
right?
Yeah, right? I mean,
Well, you could take that because of the sauce that you use. Grab a little coleslaw.
Yeah, throw it on there, a little
Throw it
crunch.
on that, a little crunch on top of it.
We've
Maybe
got all of your solutions.
Yeah, maybe a little arugula, a couple of
There you go.
radishes
Look
on
at
there.
him. Look at him. He's a culinary wizard.
No, I just take good notes. We've got more Studio 4 coming up after this. Please don't go anywhere. We will be back at this table. Welcome back, everyone. So Chef Bud rolled out a little bed of risotto. That's what we put the chicken on. Now comes the payoff.
Yeah,
right?
we're just going to put a little bit of this sauce over the top, kind of around the outside. And then my assistant over here is going to throw those honey thyme carrots on there, because you could have them anytime. See what I did there?
I see what you did. 'cause
That's
there
a
you
beautiful plate. You set it right in there. Right in there.
go. Right in there.
There you go.
Done.
Hey, listen. This right here will serve your family well over the holidays. It will serve you well because you won't have as much stuff to do. And I like it because, oh, look at that, Andy.
It looks good.
We should open a restaurant, you and I.
Well, we just call it back to the table.
Yeah, we probably won't ever do that because I don't want to ever work that hard. But anyways,
I don't have that money.
Yeah, well,
I don't have that Bud Anderson money.
You got to stop. Oh, hey,
Tell me about it.
got to say hi to my baby Shep. I'm sure he's out there watching. He had a great time at the old trick or treating. He really didn't get it because he don't eat a lot of candy. But
He don't like candy, huh?
But he had fun over at our church, First Baptist.
Let's talk about seasonings that you want people to use as we move into November now.
Well, you're going to get into a lot of the stuff like the thymes and the rosemaries. You're going to get into a lot of basil is a good thing over this time of year. But a lot of the root vegetables you'll cook now, and cinnamon is something that we'll talk about later in the month because I use a lot of cinnamon during the holiday. So, hey, also don't forget not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday, on the 16th is our next mystery dinner over there at Cactus Cove. Come see us. It's a great time, folks. It's like Keith says, it's like a real version of Clue.
What does a menu like when you build these menus for these things? What does it look like?
Well, it just depends. It depends on what we're doing, But I theme it according to what the menus are built around the theme of the thing. So next time is a real hearty meal. It's got some sirloin with mushrooms, cheese or chicken, some Gouda mashed. It's gonna be a good time.
You know, I love a Gouda mash.
I love a Gouda mash.
So a little roasted garlic and
there
Gouda
you go.
mash,
We're
and I'm
there,
ready to go.
You're there, aren't you?
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Cowboys play tonight. I hope it works out
Well,
for 'em.
we'll see. I mean, luckily we're playing the Cardinals, but you never know with the Cowboys.
Ravens won on
They're
Thursday. Did you
not
see
good
that?
enough to get a good pick, and they're not bad. It just doesn't. It's we're
The
in
math isn't mathing.
no, we're in purgatory.
See you next week.